draft, OG themselves actually banned out the Timber, picking up Pango and Chen for their opening gods.
The Pango pick's kind of interesting. I wonder if it's a bit of a block pick because of how much Thunder Awaken have kind of gone to that for Sacred's offlane. In game 1, it was banned out. This game around, OG's like, okay, maybe they're going to pick Pango in this next pick and then ban out some of the annoying counters. So I think for OG, it's a bit of a different look as far as Chen Pango goes. They're generally playing Pango mid, but it can potentially also flex. So we'll see where it ends up.
Yeah, the Timber Saw ban makes sense to me. Like we said last game, Sacred will also first pick a Timber Saw. He's not afraid. So I think OG just respect that. They don't have first pick this game, so they ban it. Understandable. Viper is actually quite interesting to me because usually Panda really likes his Ogre Bane and Dazzle. Yep, thanks guys. But during Tour 3 he actually played a fair bit of Viper. I think he was like spamming Viper for a while. So is this his return to that, which is like a slight playstyle shift for the team if so?
I think similar to Peng, it's like the block pick idea where it's like we know they're going to play this hero. It's you know, it's Amar. He wants to play Viper, so we better take it away. And then OG's like, okay, we better take away the Pango. It seems like both teams have at least prepared for what their opponents are going to be picking and playing.
Thunder kind of really liked that Conquer in game 1, it appears, because they have picked it up for their second pick here in the opening phase. Yep.
I'm just thinking in my head right now, like, Thunder really like to win their lanes, and OG are probably going to pick Seb one of these weaker 5s again.
When you say weaker 5, you just mean a non-traditional.
Shaker, Alk, they're weak in lane.
Yeah.
Like
their heroes that lose their lane a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Shaker, every single game I saw Shaker losing its lane.
Yeah. You have a Viper against something like this.
No, I know, but it's just
strong.
funny. I just love your bias against Shaker. It's so valid.
It's so horrible. I love it. Okay, like let me just give a little pitch. Okay.
All right.
Because I've watched him now play the Alk and the Shaker. He has a idea of tanking and being a hero that just is a body and is in the way.
But that's for late game, right?
No, it's all game. Because these heroes tank up really fast. Like when Alk is 6, the regen he gets from ult lets him like tank some of that stuff. Like in the bot fight last game, you saw that Picard spent his entire BKB in like 10 hits at least trying to kill Seb. Like the idea of his 5s are very good past the laning.
I'm fine with that with Alk, but with Shaker, if you're like just being a body, that's not that to me is not how the hero should be played.
That's true.
You need to be sitting back, especially when he's rushing shard. The idea is that you sit back, use your fissure, and then chain stun people with the shard.
He was tanking some good ganks the last time I saw him play Shaker, which is like that body idea. It's just I think he can probably do better if he is counter-initiating a bit more and sitting behind the right people, because that's how Xingqiu made it shine. I really like it because Tiger usually plays as Chen, and he can go like greedy or more sacrificial if he wants to. I like Chen a lot. I just think the creeps are really good at giving vision on the map so you know where the enemy's playing, and he can be very aggressive in where he farms too. Sometimes like you move your carry or your offlane is very strong, you take the enemy safe lane tower and you try and play in the enemy's jungle, while Chen can still go back and play in his own jungle.
Hey guys, luckily you'd already talked about the Shaker because it comes out.
Hey.
I mean, you talked about it, right? You said the Chen can be a little bit more sacrificial. We talked about in game 1 that potentially Earthshaker is played in this way that Seb gets to be a little bit more greedier as a 5, and Tiger's the one that sacrifices his gold more.
We talked a lot about the hero does. I think also the one thing I touch on is there's certain heroes it plays well with, and Chen is one of those. They're just hero. It covers for the Chen's weaknesses. You bring a lot of disable. You've got a lot of summons and stuff that can kind of frontline scout out and basically set the Shaker up for success. Like Shaker has a much better game when you have Chen on the team. And typically also we've seen a lot of Shaker with these ranged cores. So I'm curious what Amar is going to end up getting his hands on for OG. I think the key thing that we've seen a lot with Amar, if they can get a counter pick with his hero, they will always do that. They love to give him a favorable lane.
Okay, so then we're most likely going to see OG's carry come out for their last pick, which means if you're Thunder Awaken, what are you hoping to try and pick up here?
Okay, they'll pick, but I was thinking whether they wanted to put the Viper on 5 or off lane or not, because if Shaker is going to the safe lane, a Viper can destroy that lane. But they do have the option of kind of swapping, but it would kind of mess over Amar. This Pango could go mid. I don't know. They got a lot.
Yeah. I almost I feel like OG's done better when they last pick Amar's hero, or wait till they see his matchup. So yeah, they're going to do that again here, because I think the key thing is what Thunder Awaken did that was smart is by picking Snapfire here, they leave this question mark. Okay, is Monkey carry or is it going to be a 4 position again? So if he can't pick his hero here, or he can, but he doesn't know what his lane matchup is going to be. And with OG having last pick, they basically, it seems like every single time they can do this, they're going to wait till the enemy pick their carry, give them a counter pick. Thunder Awaken haven't shown their carry. OG's like, okay, fine, we'll just pick Jug, stable carry, doesn't have too many bad matchups, and then we'll give him our last pick.
Now, if you're on Thunder Awaken, you're going to be picking potentially carry as your last pick. Are you looking for something that's going to outscale Jug, something that can be more involved in team fights, or would you actually like to see the Monkey King as +1?
I think I want to see... So I'm assuming this is Sacred's snap again?
Yeah.
Went really well for them. They won the lane. I think you see Seb, Shaker, you're pretty confident your lane will go well again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would like to see the Monkey on 4. I'm not sure what Pakaz is going to want to play. You could go to his comfort, the Morphling, potentially. Faceless Void is still in the pool. You have, like, really good synergy with the Kisses there, the Conquer. Like, honestly, it's like Dream. If they ban those two heroes, I wouldn't be surprised on OG. Otherwise, what could they do? Like, probably don't want to swing towards illusion heroes like TB and CK this game, just because you're playing against Pango and Shaker.
I agree with that. Yeah, I don't think you can go too greedy, and I don't think Pakaz wants to be greedy. He's this guy, like, he's had so many games where he's getting like 10, 15 kills a game. I think we'll get a lot of intel from these Thunder bans, because this is where you're basically, they have a carry in mind, and they're going to be asking, like, what do you want to ban in order to pick this hero?
All right, so Slardar, it's a melee hero.
Okay.
First of all, we figured that out.
Nice.
So it's not Morphling. it could be a Bloodseeker, maybe.
I was actually going to ask you about the Bloodseeker. It's something that gets involved in team fights, something that you guys feel is what he's going to want to go with this lineup and with how they play.
OG are reading the draft completely differently. They're banning Enigma.
Yeah. They're saying Monkey carry.
Yeah.
I mean, Kunkka could also be a carry, but yeah. I'm expecting the Kunkka.
That's true
too.
I think maybe they think this just because the Snap Monkey lane is not going to be too great into Jug. It's hard. You can kind of pressure him because the Scatter Blast, he can't just spin it off all the time. But obviously there's like a bit of kill threat there. If like this is kind of classic. If you get fissured in, you basically just tank a full spin. The only saving grace is Snap can just cook you over it.
The last ban is the TA. They just don't want to give it again. He had a great performance on Pakaz last game.
Yeah, when I saw the Underlord ban, TA was what I was thinking, because they used the Underlord against TA when they played RNG. That was like, okay, Anna wants to play TA, have fun versing Underlord in lane and in the game.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Any other things that spring to mind then from these bans, even on the side of OG, not just Thunder Awaken?
I mean, OG's basically saying we don't know what hero's going what role, and it's going to be Carry Monkey.
I love that.
Matthew's Tusk.
Oh, I do love a Tusk. And that's, yeah, so it's still off-lane Snap, right?
Unless it's offlane Viper, but
yeah.
It's not.
It's most likely.
I mean, it's possible.
Whatever, we'll wait.
Well, yeah, we can wait and see. But how do you like Tusk? I was going to say, how do you like Tusk into the lineup?
I love Tusk. I think Tusk is great because when you're playing against the Jug in lane, the snowball basically just gives you free safety. You just hit the snowball, bring your partner in, you wait out the spin, and it's all good.
And it also gives you a way to break the Blade Fury TP, which is, it's so annoying versus Jug, like mid to late game you're winning, and it's just like cutting waves, spinning them down, having having one way to stop Blade Fury TP just feels so nice.
Just punch him in the nuts.
Wow, okay, OG gonna take Chaos Knight themselves. Yeah, it is off lane CK there. Still waiting a little bit more for Thunder Awaken, where they're gonna go. How are you liking the matchups, though?
I don't like the CK pick. I think they have really good ways to clear the illusions with the Conquer Cleave, Snapfire Kisses. If Viper puts his spit down and they control him all, he'll never be able to crit. It's probably just for the lane they want to try and kill a lot. Like, you can kill this Viper very easily in lane, and CK is very good at bridging that gap to just get him out of position and die.
And at least the last time they had the Earthshaker doing a safe lane. So if CK has a Chen down in his lane with some creeps, this looks like a tough time for Pandamu.
Okay. Well then, overall, though, you guys talked about lanes, matchups, but ultimately, who's going to be taking game 2?
Ooh.
I gotta feel like OG, like, even, like, I think the draft-wise it's fine for Thunder Awaken, but OG's just looked like the more solid team. I think BZM is set up to have a good time on his Pango. Like, the Kunkka versus Pango lane, he'll get his farm, and he's just, to me, looked like the better playmaker out of the two mid laners.
I like Pakaz on Monkey King. It reminds me of, like, Yatoro back in TI when he would be super duper active. Like, Pakaz is very good at making rotations and playing hard early, so I think if he can just take the energy from last game to this game, they could probably really run OG down.
Yeah, well, hopefully Thunder Awaken aren't too downtrodden after game 1 loss. Hopefully we can see Pakaz pop off again as we head into game 2 with Lyrical and Trent.
Thank you so much, Nat and Trent. We're here again, game number 2. I always feel like after sort of a, I don't know, very emotionally charged game, like game number 1 that we had with the big black holes at the end, Picaz popping off, that it's hard to recover. You know, they're talking about being downtrodden. Do you think they got what it takes, though?
It's not hard if you won.
That's true.
That's for sure. Yeah. No, for Thunder Awaken, yeah. I think it is tough. It's very difficult. You come back in. They're going for an extremely similar strategy. Overall, across the board, I feel like it fits a similar flavor in terms of like the pacing you want to hit in the early game. One thing I would note, though, is I think it's harder for them to get objectives this game, and that was already something that they struggled with in the last match. So they really got to ensure that they're playing the important parts of the maps, and they're getting the involvement from the cores that they want to at that earlier part of the game.
Well, that'll be something to watch for if they can make that happen. But we're already into game number 2. Thunder Awaken, again, wanting to make sure they can move on in this group stage and have some solid positioning. And for OG, I think they're pretty sure they're still got a good shot at getting into that upper bracket if all the things break their way. A lot of craziness going on throughout these group stages, but it's something to watch for.
I went through their pile of notes this morning.
Oh, yeah.
At OG. I snuck into the team room.
Right.
Like we do as casters.
And then you brought it to Thunder
knowledge.
Awaken.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, that I charged them for it. Thank you very much.
Gotcha.
And I went through their notes, and it said just win.
Okay.
So it turns out that's the best way to try and get to the upper bracket. So we'll see if they can continue that streak here from OGs. They're going to run through an observer ward here, placed
Smile.
early by Thunder Awaken.
Why did he smile?
I don't know. He instantly got dewarded.
Okay,
So
that's part of it.
if he was trying to do some big brain play, it didn't work.
30 seconds.
That's unfortunate. They have another ward here towards the mid, though, but the wrap? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Panda Moo, you're on the wrong side of the fissure, buckaroo. And they're going to give him some old high fives and eventually get the kill. Amar actually takes it. BZM looked like he was trying to secure it there, but, you know.
I'm thinking Alone probably bumped into Seb. That must be what the smile was.
Okay, gotcha.
That would make a lot of sense.
Well, heading off across the map to pick up the bounty runes, but First Blood, always nice to get that. Matthew also manages to find a little observer D ward there.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't kill it, actually. From OG, that's something we've been seeing a lot of, right? Where it looks like you got caught, right?
Report Amar. Yeah, I knew it. He tried to use it to secure First Blood. This is the thing, right? At the end of the day, these are teenagers. They're playing for a lot of money. They're really good at the game, but they're also kind of goons.
It's like, they banned all my heroes, all right? You know, I think I deserve First Blood.
Exactly.
Is that so much to ask? If you're going to put me on CK.
Of all heroes.
It's an interesting one in the offlane. It just, it kind of gets the job done. It reminds me a lot of the Dragon Knight, you know? Where you're just like, yeah, I'm a stun. I'm a body.
True.
I guess that's what I'm going to do this game.
Find some stuns, head on into the fray, and make some space. That way Seb can come on in for the cleanup because, you know, Chen a little bit less, you know, big ulti-centric compared to the Enigma black holes that we saw in the last game. So it's going to be up to Seb to, you know, put his old man hands together and make some plays.
Well, he's been loving this shake. We've seen some great moves from the Fisher with the shard, no doubt. Particularly yesterday in the matches versus RNG. Did an excellent job of utilizing that shard to its maximum potential, even when he's on the poorer end. So now he's just securing some last hits with the old Fisher here, too.
Getting some harassment out where he can as well. But yeah, stuff to watch for in the laning stage to see if maybe OG can have a slightly better go of it, because Thunder definitely really took it to him in that early going. You can see Sacred already 8-1 on his last inning versus 4-1 on the jug, but already looking pretty good for Thunder Awaken in terms of the lane setups.
Looks familiar.
True.
Kind of what happened last game, and unfortunately not able to carry it all the way through. So we'll see how that pans out here this time. But the general game plan here for Thunder Awaken, again, very similar to the last match, where they're going to try and get across the map rather quickly. Picaz has a couple different options in terms of itemization for this hero. We've seen a lot of the Battle Fury, and that'll kind of be the question. Does he want to go for this Battle Fury build, or does he maybe try something a little bit faster? It's not to say that you can't really play active and involved with the Battle Fury, but I feel like there is these options at like the next level. As, yeah, that's
not
nice
the way it's supposed to go.
No, sometimes there's a bit of a backfire there. Speaking of reporting, I mean, I wouldn't surprise report Seb should be coming up next. Would also be great if it was BZM. You know?
Oh, of course, yeah. Now, I feel like once the game starts, things start to heat up a little bit in terms of the comms. But passes over a Tango is recompense, and this lane is something that they're going to need to be really worried about for a while, right? You've got so much like early fighting potential there with Matthew playing on this Tusk, which he has been really, really effective on for a while.
Especially if he hits 3 and decides to take the tag team with the help of the Snapfire, that can be pretty scary. You can get like right on top of each other.
But the rotation's over for the bounty runes, and in the mid lane, you know, more of the same, as Alone has been standing in and doing a really good job of playing with this team. Yuragi continuing to chase Sacred around, but won't go for the full spin down action here, it looks like, as Matthew makes the rotation over, and Seb, they do have the shards. The healing ward already down. Sacred thinking about going for more. Yuragi has a couple more punches to throw out there, but without the spin available, as he had already used it, there's no extra chance for a kill.
Yeah, lots of trades back and forth up top there, whereas down bottom, it's like Taiga's just doing his thing with the creep camps, and Pandamu not really able to exert that full dominance. He gets gone on here. Oh, look at that damage to the penitents.
God, the creeps, they just beat him down. Taiga finds the kill, trying to survive through this, but there's still punches coming out onto that Monkey King. And Taiga even getting the deny on his own creep afterwards. Yeah, he's been working on the Chen.
Yeah, dies in the first blow, then dies in lane on this Viper. Not what you want. Like, this is something that this team and Panda has just used for a very long time. Even last year, he was one of the first people who really tried to utilize this support position 5 to the maximum. And they would often draft it at the start of everything just to ensure that their opponents couldn't play Bristle when it was looking like a really strong hero at that particular meta. So he's well known for it. He used to like dominate some matches in lane, but I think over time people have just realized, like, you know, just don't get right-clicked like 6 times. You know?
True.
Just control the waves, especially with a Chen. You have so many options that you can do between grabbing waves, grabbing creeps, getting buffs and debuffs that it's hard for Panda to dominate it. I mean, they're having fun.
They are. You can tell. Hey, he even comes back for the high
Dude, don't die. Don't. Yuragi lets him go.
Listen, if Yuragi kills him, that's just bad manners.
Yeah, that's not acceptable.
Pakaz gets brought down. Amar finds the stun, and look at those creeps just running at you. You can't trade hits when Ice Armor's on him.
He's tipping the support Viper running away. It's like, yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. See, that's the big play. That's the big brain play. You tip the person, you start to try and create some frustration amongst the team. Alone goes right on in. Torrent afterwards able to correctly predict BZM's direction, and almost there on that other Tidebringer slap, but not quite.
Well, Matthew and Seb, they're at it again here. We do have a cookie follow-up after here, though.
Yep, and the tag team, Seb, he's in some trouble. Snowball, ooh, very nicely played. Couple more punches, the cookie dead.
Oh,
Matthew, oh, the body blocks from Sacred. Nicely done.
Man, that's even going to cost Yuragi if he wants to. Just bop him again with that close range scatter blast, but has to get to the wave first, of course, for some hits.
Oh, yeah. So 2 to 3. A good amount of skirmishes and action happening. Taiga's been doing a good job of holding down this bottom lane, and with the pendants coming out, they might find another avenue for a stun. Yuragi dies top, though, so both safe laners really getting bullied a little bit as Seb made the rotation down bottom. Can they find another? BZM pulled back in. Torrent's there. He misses, though, on one of the Tidebringer hits. Still trying to play Interrupt. You have to wonder if that Tidebringer would have connected. Would they be able to find the kill? BZM, in the meantime, he's trying to find an angle with this creep. Meanwhile, Amar finds the kill on a Pandamu down bottom.
We're just watching the wild world of driving in the mid lane here, it seems.
There's a lot of early action going on across all the different lanes.
Yeah, Seb's trying to give some space to Yuragi to get 6 up here, but now Pakaz, only level 4 on this monkey, by the way, is going to show up here with his level 7 offlaner, the double jumps.
Oh my god.
It's a hop, it's a skip, and it's a dump your body in the river. He sent back the fountain.
Dude, Yuragi is really not having the game that he wanted. 0-3 right now. And as you said, level 7 had already used kisses on Snapfire. It's 7 minutes in.
Yeah, he still has 40 seconds on TP right now in Jug, so yeah, he's got some time. Think about what happened here. Sacred rotates to the bottom lane, has the Soul Ring, but nothing else.
This is the highest level hero in the game. Sacred ahead of both of the mid laners. And with Matthew and Toe, the boat coming out, they're going to connect, kill off Taiga afterwards. Thunder Awaken are cooking.
Yeah, doing a great job. And you know, you were talking about Alone a little bit earlier, and this is exactly what Dark Mago does. So they really need this, you know?
Yeah.
It's really important to have that teamwork.
6-5. I mean, again, it's not a huge lead as you would anticipate, but the big problem is that Yuragi, he's queuing up a Midas again. He knows what he needs to go for. Has to play catch up eventually, but it's going to be a little bit.
It's also different in some other ways too, because like I talked earlier about how Thunder Awaken as they jump onto Seb here, and of course with that break being there, shorter stuns, it's still not short enough to get the kill though. But we talked about this idea of them having weaker push on Thunder Awaken. I think that is true. Like it's harder to get the objectives this time without the Templar Assassin, particularly that Roche. But at the same time, OG doesn't have that same global presence this time either. So it's not going to be as frustrating when you're trying to get this ball rolling and get into these objectives and like trying to force fights at towers without losing objectives across the map. Thanks to there not being this Nature's Prophet and Boots Travel Invoker.
Right, and in a way, it might be you know, much more of a back and forth type of fight where there isn't that big, like, you know, engagement ending one with a black hole coming out. You know, Earthshaker can sometimes fulfill that role, but it takes a long time.
We're going to smoke him out here from that Shaker, as well as BZM. BZM, we cast a couple of Pango games from 9. Pango's been struggling.
Mar kisses afterwards, break, moves in, wants to finish him, and gets it close enough. So the Cookies won't be able to finish off Amar. Panamu trying to do it himself. Sacred will get the finish, but comes at a cost. And now Alone shows up afterwards, looks for the Torrent boat. It's not going to connect onto BZM, but it does give the rum over to Sacred. Cookie afterwards tries to get away, not quite able to escape, and BZM low, not quite dead, hides off through the trees, trying to run. Good fissure from Seb. Stops the action.
Wow, if they had gotten that kill BZM, that would have been huge. Getting 2 cores for training their 2 supports, but in the end able to escape there. And yeah, this is just something that I feel like we've seen the hero struggle a lot on Pangolier in the games we've been casting because of this inability to buy defensive items. Right? Every single time it's the same thing. It's the defusal into the blink dagger, and then until they get anything else after that, it feels like if they just get stunned once, they can get blown up so quick. And with this Snapfire having such a good game, that's a real concern for BZM here.
Fissure, not used yet, Alone, in a little bit of trouble. Doesn't have boat for a bit. Matthew turns, Seb there. Alone.
Oh, snowball. That was
and
perfect.
Sacred moving into position. That was exactly what they needed. X marks onto Amar afterwards. Seb trying to TP out, won't be able to.
This turned from a free kill onto Matthew into some danger here. He's got roll in 1.
Oh, chase. And that's the roll around. Can they kill off the rest of them? BZM hoping to. Amar gets the stun from the low ground afterwards. Boat should be coming back off cooldown. A good 2-person stun, but the stomp to interrupt. And they do eventually bring down Sacred.
They have an X here.
Okay, the boat finally gonna land. Tries to tumble his way out there, but now Matthew, he's caught the pendants and the punches. This should not have gone back in.
I'm actually like, why do they keep walking into me? Just keep grabbing, I keep stunning. Everyone else is sort of fighting and dying. I'm just the stalwart force here, hoping I don't run out of mana. I feel like he cast Chaos Bolt like 4 times in the past minute. He's just sitting there, throwing them out. So, I mean, he's happy to contest. Unfortunately, does have max Chaos Strike, so it wasn't that useful in a lot of that engagement, thanks to the break.
And you can see right now, the plus definitely favoring OG. And I guess that's just anticipating the late game potential they're going to have. Right now, at the very least, Thunder Awaken definitely have the stronger fighting potential, but it might not matter if they can't take those objectives later.
Now, part of it to me is the Chen as well. Like, you see this Chen, he actually just passed Yuragi. Taiga, like, probably you see do the same thing where you can just get farmed so quickly on this hero, and it's also a hero that's very difficult to punish. Like, even you see Alone is so close to him, he's like, I can't take this guy.
No.
You know, I X this guy, and suddenly stomps are coming out. He's got this big old horde of units here. They're just marching.
And this will help at the very least, but the glyph will come out now to try and stop that pressure onto the mid tower. Yuragi's still struggling to get towards the Midas, and as you said, sort of jockeying for position right now between him and Chen in terms of who's the most farmed. Thunder, at some point, are going to need to sort of try and take some extra aggro here.
I've been watching podcasts of you, been like, what's he gonna do? Like, you know, is it worth doing? Is like Battle Fury? Is that too greedy? And then he just queued it up.
Yep.
He went and clicked it. A golden glove. We love it here. It's a Midas meta at the Arlington Major. Every game's got a Midas for us, it seems, and well, this game's gonna have 2.
Not bad.
You know, Amar, he's still got that glove. You know, the armlet's still flying out. It's not too late. You could return it.
That's true.
Could send
Go
the
get
courier
it.
back home. You know what? But no, he'll take it. gets completion there. So big damage boost now for Amar, especially again with the maxed out Chaos Strike. He is ready for the big deeps.
And do they want to go on him here? With the healing ward down, gets that killed first. Matthew, just kind of a bit of a psycho. Cookie to get away. Yuragi finally has the Midas. Does not manage to dig up a creep. But will finally start building back up some of his net worth. Although the X mark is there, not opting to go for the spin away. Feeling confident.
Classic OG, 2 hero smoke here.
Seb goes on down. So Thunder find themselves another kill while down bottom. They're making this movement.
Look at them running in half HP Yuragi. Oh no!
BZM.
Dude, he gets stunned on purpose.
And Sacred, he's out of there. BZM is going to pop the ulti, try and run him down. Sacred gives off his battle cry. Tries to get the cookie out. The boat is there, going to buy a little bit of extra time, but the stun interrupted it, so boat doesn't connect onto Amar. They have Wukong's command down as well as Mortimer's kisses. They do manage to cut the tree, but he will burn down in spite of that armlet.
Oh, Torrent catches as well.
Panda moves Sacred right on top. Omni Slash not doing a ton of damage to Sacred at all. They do drop that Echo Slam down. Only the Viper and the Snapfire so far. Can they get any more afterwards? Seb down. Can they kill him? Matthew going for a couple more punches. The Boundless Strike to interrupt. But these Chen creeps are really starting to do the damage. The Stomp is out. It connects. They find that kill too. 3 dead for 2.
Wait till you see this damage from Taiga in this fight. If it all shows on the fight, he did 1,487 damage just at the end too. Like he was just penitent. Oh, you got 1,884. You got better numbers than I do. He's just penitencing constantly, sending these creeps. He did the most damage on his team.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, this is the danger of this hero, and you know why you can just run him at you. I mean, still you've got that sort of tricore of built-up like beefiness coming from Thunder Awaken, but the Chen is the difference maker.
Well, I mean, because he saw the light, and it's gonna be the lightning. He's gonna go for the Maelstrom instead of that Midas, because he's got to get rid of these creeps, right? Like, and try and clear these waves. It's the middle ground item between like combat and farming, like the Battle Fury, right?
Yeah.
And obviously Mjolnir is really strong here. So this fight starts out really well because they attempt to bait it from OG. This general idea of just like, okay, we're going to smoke a couple heroes, make it less obvious, because they were running through vision that was here from Thunder Awaken. But again, just like game 1, Sacred is getting these long bomb snap kills that are very hard to deal with. Yeah, you mentioned the cut. That was huge too, because that could have like helped extend that fight a little bit further north. And then when we watch Taiga, he just throws the pendants on, the creeps run over it, and watch Panda move. He gets
demolished.
Just, like, completely gone.
Seb will get found here in the woods, taking a walk, gets brought down. And this sort of duality that we've been seeing of Thunder making a lot happen in the moments where there's a little bit of chaos, and when OG come together and sort of pick that target prioritization, they're the ones that are winning the fights, it feels like.
Yeah, instead of maybe going down here, but I will say as well, his Fisher is also partially why this has been working too, so.
Oh yeah.
Credit there. Sacred, I feel like he really needs the shard. I think he has to go shard first before the BKB, because they still need to get it on this map. I don't think they can like rest on their laurels here.
Yeah. I will also, I want to give a shout out to Alone. Like, this is a hard Kunkka game. You've got Pango who can do the roll up eventually later on as well. Oh no, am I caster cursing? Oh, what have I done? I'm sorry. Alone, I'm sorry.
Shout outs to Alone.
I didn't mean it. Woo! God dang it. Oh. All right.
Shout out to the tier 1 tower mid. Oh, look at him go. Having a great game here shooting those projectiles. Yeah. And it's a hard game for the tier 1 tower because there are enemy heroes. But you know, he's been doing great for the last 17 minutes. Oh no!
I'll accept it. Oh no. 13-13. We'll just move on.
All right, sounds good.
OG, are they going to go for Roche now? There is a lot of heroes nearby.
They're marching.
Thunder.
I think when Chen takes the creeps, they should get instruments, and they can be a marching band.
I like this.
Yeah, this is an Arcana. I mean, we all know Chen needs an Arcana.
True.
Because you're all going to vote for him next year because you're getting fed up. I get it.
Ooh, pings. They know. They are aware. Do the kisses start coming out? Makaz. They drop the Wukong's command. The jump right at the start. They find Yuragi. Good chunk of damage, Seb. He has an opportunity here, a moment, but Alone already in the pit, starting to walk forward. They try and get it, and he snatches the Aegis. Well played. Seb on the outskirts, but that Wukong's command doing a good chunk. He's able to survive. Oh, he eventually gets brought down. Yuragi also gonna eat the deck. Broken.
No!
It's still huge though.
Even with the break?
No, the dodge, dude. It was still so much damage. It didn't matter that the snowball dodged so much alone, living through it. Do they have enough? BZM triple kill, trying to survive. He has so much damage mitigation. Sacred, turn upon with the lift up. The Chen, Taiga, it's him and Seb, him and BZM.
Oh, he wants
a couple more punches to disarm the ultra kill. BZM gets the rampage. Somehow, some way, OG come out on top.
Oh, Taiga just in the back, helping out the whole time. Doing some math here with the items on the ground, trying to make himself a holy log. And he gets even more heals for the next engagement now. And Thunder Awaken would look like a good start to the fight with the surround, the perimeter that they managed to get there, but completely taken away by BZM, as you can see.
Dude, I mean, the snowball saved, but the Echoes still got in there. Didn't matter, he was broken. It just was an absolute mess of a fight.
Having a hard time getting the damage from Pakaz as well, as you can see. Like, he's waiting on the tree to hop in here for it, and they get the Roche, they get onto a alone. Like, the damage, it comes from OG, obviously, but just BZM just get through in this one, too. DD rune throughout the engagement. Not able to get that much out of there for old Thunder Awaken. Yeah, even that Thunder attempt with the Echo Slam, but the snowball save from Thunder Awakens there from Matthew, but just too good. BZM just slapping the whole fight. Not able to really lock him down and just try and focus this Pango. We talk about the weaknesses of the hero being kind of frail, but if you're able to just get through there, being backed up by Taiga the entire time, you can see the strength.
Well, there's still been some action going on in the real world as the Rampage came out, but yeah, I mean, you're seeing sort of the problem, right? That snowball comes out just a couple seconds too late, and the damage came out from the Echo. Seb making the plays that he needed, and with, I mean, again, not a huge lead. It still feels like it could be anybody's game, but definitely a big win from OG in terms of the momentum of the game. At the very least for Thunder, they didn't manage to get that Aegis, which would have been a huge blow.
Yeah, OG looks scary enough. If they had a revive here, it would be even more dangerous, but certainly feeling in control. I think between this Juggernaut and the CK, just, you know, once there's a BKB on Amari, you just have to wonder, like, how are they going to deal with him at all? You know, and I think that's part of the worry here is, I'm not sure what the plan is here for Thunder Awaken. We don't really have these Scythe heroes again. It's going to take so long before you can get there, like alone, or kind of difficult to work that in for Makaz to gain control because he needs a BKB just to go with his massive amount of damage from the Mjolnir. It is some tough fights.
They don't want to give him that opportunity. Still no Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker, but he's the one that's leading the charge there with BZM. They find Pakaz, but he manages to jump out after.
Yeah, and again, with Shaker with the shard, too, you don't necessarily need it early.
A full stack of Ancients also. Thank you so much, Thunder, for building this up for us.
Needed a few more neutrals out here, it seems.
Wow, and look at that. Overall, 38% win rate.
Yeah, it has not looked great, but this game for sure, you're seeing the strength. Especially where the fights have taken place, too, right? It's fantastic rolling Thunders from BZM this game. And even without a Blink Dagger, yeah, that's actually kind of crazy.
True. Making the moves. That's what they need. And they're going to keep dodging these fights, it feels like, on Thunder Awaken, trying to play that push out the side lanes type of draft.
Part of it to me is that the support, not even the support duo, I guess like the roaming duo of the Tusk and the Snapfire.
Oh, that's a pretty good way to do it, but he gets the spin off.
And they're still Hand of God.
Yuragi.
And they're still Earthshaker.
Yeah.
But they're not coming.
They are going to Omni. Hand of God and the turn.
Oh, he's coming.
Trying to keep him away. The double stun. Seb right on top of a load. Echo drop for the Kunkka. They've got the answers. They will find Taiga. He's trying to get some separation as Panda will get ran down.
All right, so before that happened, what I was literally about to say was that part of the problem is that Thunder Awaken, we know they need to play very quickly, and this assassination squad of Tusk and Snapfire is struggling to get kills versus this, particularly the Jug and the CK, because you have to deal with the counter initiation of the CK and the global Hand of God. And well, there you go, it plays out, right? They try and go on the Jug. He's got the defensive mechanism of the Blade Fury being there, and so easy saves after with Seb TPing him to the outpost.
And he did do, I don't know if he was within range or just a little bit off, but didn't get the ghost ship into the torrent that can allow you. Otherwise, Jug gets a chance to get the spin off, but he probably would have Hand of God it and it wouldn't have mattered anyways. Regardless, another moment where the fights have to be absolutely perfect from Thunder, and if they're not, this OG draft punishes hard.
Part of it is that they have to find some way to force the Wukongs to be valuable, and that's very difficult. They're kind of just leaving the Wukongs right now as OG.
Yeah. Yeah, they just kind of walk away.
Yeah, it's sort of the same reason why the Chen looks so strong in the early games. They don't really have any sort of like AoE punish. Like you can get hit by like a torrent, or like maybe if the snap gets a shard, we'll have a little bit of something there to set this stuff up. But overall, it's been hard for them to punish multiple units.
The homies need a Gleipnir.
Now you're talking.
That's where we need to go. But they're still keeping that lead at about the same levels. You just know that at some point, OG, if they want to, can kind of push this tempo a little bit more. It's still 2 minutes until the next Roche is going to be able to respond. And Yuragi with that Sanj and Kaya now, or Sanj and Yasha rather, unlikely to be brought down that quickly. Up top, Akaz, they find him in the trees, hiding away, drops the Wukongs even. That was never going to work.
Well, you got a long respawn anyway, right? You know?
Sure, fair enough.
Give it a shot.
And with that, nice little window again opened up. And they're just going to keep this pressure onto mid, because why not? There's no Monkey King for 50.
Well, certainly forced into some unfortunate plays here for Thunder Awaken, trying to cut these waves, trying to push globally. But overall, it's the slow pinch here from OG as they start to squeeze you back to your high ground. Helped out by the Chen, helped out by the global disengage and save that they have. It's just hard to get on the map and try and make these plays right now.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly because Sacred just got the shard right now. So I guess that's a decent opportunity. They could try like a smoke play there. But right now, it's a double smoke after a loner. Oh, he's just shopping.
Oh, he's walking back the other way.
He went down to the grocery store. He needs the bread and the milk.
It's not going to come over his direction. Echo dropped afterwards. A little bit weird with the driving off BZM.
He got one of those wonky grocery carts.
That's true.
You know, it's tough
it always tilts to the right.
It's got the one wheel.
Yeah,
you know?
it's spinning in a circle.
And I'm sure the next Rolling Thunder will be better.
It's fine. You get one.
Yeah, I mean, BKB, of course, you can't chain stun permanently through that anyway. So if there's like, if you don't have the perfect amount of stuns to get through and you have to rely on the Rolling Thunder, that's going to happen anyway. You Pango players know what we're talking about.
it's frustrating.
They're all upset about it.
The lead just keeps on growing, though. And OG will play this stranglehold map position that we've seen so many times. And 20 seconds till Roche comes back up. I'm thinking this is going to be a quick one. A quick Roche spawn.
Ooh, America's favorite game?
That's right.
Okay. All right, how quick?
I'm saying 15 seconds.
I'm going to go with 36.
Okay.
Yep.
We both are thinking it's quick.
It's quick. Quick Roche.
Absolutely. Sacred? Oh, wait. They're just going to go high. Maybe they don't care about Roche. I've seen this story before. It's going to be a 2-minute one. No, we're a little wrong. OG don't feel like they need it.
No, I don't think they do either. Again, the save, the backup, it's all there.
Got the heals, got the healing ward down. Alone moves on in. Matthew is there for the bounce, but just gets ran over.
Yeah, even the blink in from BZM here to start this off. They kind of commit a little hard there, but Kaz does as well.
Okay, goes for the backlines. That stun hits nobody. It didn't hit him. And now a 3-second stun pulls him out of the direction, pulls him out of the Wukong's command. And with the Omni Slash going, Yuragi will back up a little bit. Mortimer's Kiss is not doing enough. And Thunder, they've just about used it all.
Oh, that was
the
big.
spin going back and forth. Do they have enough? Can they kill off BZM? Alone trying to do the deeps, but he gets outside of the base. And still nobody dying from OG. They're so survivable. Incredibly tanky. They will buy back on the Tusk now.
Just this Vlad, this divine favor. Divine indeed.
Insane. And they move on in. BZM, good job with the roll-up. Pandamoo can't keep after them. As the snowball save will be there, onto the creeps, head back to the base. Sacred gets the blink out. Matthew chased back. They still have a buyback on Alone, but Sam! Oh, he did it to him. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, a triple.
Who needs a blink dagger? Run up the Fisher, hit yourself with a 4-step there. Saying a Tiger. I can make some cool plays near the fountain, too.
Oh, that hurt. Oh,
yeah.
I felt that in my side.
Especially with how close Thunder Awaken were actually in a moment there. When they came high ground and they actually land that big boundless strike, they start dropping low. The Mjolnir starting to do a little bit of work. And you saw them lining up Sacred there for the big scatter blast, but it wasn't like quite back yet to continue the chain stun on to 4. And when you miss that moment, it's like trying to push trees versus Treant, With this Chen in here, look at their HP pools. You can see them all moving upward.
God. And then the stun pulls him back into the base, though, with the X.
The mechs just back up this fight so long.
Yeah, they can't. It's too tough. And OG, they want to end this one quickly. It is a early day with only 3 series and trying to finish this off alone. Again, stunned, wanting to Tidebringer the snowball onto the illusion. So that's going to buy him some time, but only enough time for BZM to go back in, back and forth on top of him. A double for Amar, and Thunder Awaken, though it was a valiant attempt, I don't think they've got what it takes in the end to hold off this aggression. They kill themselves another. Kunkka runs on in. Pakaz wanting one. He just wants to take down Seb, this dastardly Earthshaker. As BZM runs back through onto both. Monkey King is dead, and GG is going to get called. OG, another 2-0.
Yeah, leveling up even harder in game number 2. Particularly BZM. Fantastic Pango. Best Pango I've seen in the tournament so far. Just when his team needed him most, he kind of was the big initiator because they wound up going for this Chaos Knight for Amar this time. And so you don't have this more traditional initiating hero. And so he's kind of just at the will of his allies in terms of like where they want to engage, where they want to fight. BZM just let them set up so easily.
Yeah, and I think back to that like Roche fight again too, and how just like chaotic it got. And that was the moment where it felt like it could have gone either